This is John from the University Skills Academy. Today we're going to talk about the Cornell note-taking system. The Cornell note-taking system requires a pre-ruled page in the following format. You need to document what the content and the subject matter is and its source. In this case, I've used a chapter and a subject. You need a date, the pages out of the source, and any shorthand abbreviations that come out of this. So that's the top couple of lines. Most pages will have a ruled margin down the left-hand side. You can ignore that. You need to rule up from the bottom 5 to 6 lines, 3 or 4 lines for your summary, and then fold from the left edge 1/3 of the page. And then during the lecture, we only write or make notes in the largest third here, where I've placed the notes main idea and supporting facts, main idea and supporting facts. We'll now look at this in an actual Word document. This is the template in Word of a Cornell note-taking page that's previously ruled and set up to go. Obviously, you wouldn't have these explanatory notes already in the page. To reinforce the point, the only part of the page that you draw on or take notes in during the lecture is the grade section here. These are some notes I've taken in a database class. Notice it conforms to the I pattern, and the I comes from these lines here, top and bottom. And the only part I put together during the lesson were these highlighted parts. From the lecture and from the course outline, I know that I need to know uses and I need to know types. I'm going to need a definition of SQL and some SQL commands, and a definition, use and type of keys. I've even got an example of a table. Note, I've made a note of the source document, the date these notes were taken on, and after the class I've put together a summary. This is how I have completed those notes during the summary. I've made a note of the 6 uses I'm going to need to know, the 3 types I'm going to need to know, the 5 or 6 commands from SQL I'm going to need to know, and the 2 types of key that I'm going to need to know. Please note further where I've used shorthand or abbreviation in these notes. And if you look here, we've used the term "O", we've used the term primary key, and we've set up an abbreviation for that. We've used the term SQL here. So we've already made certain that any shorthand for this course has been documented in the first chapter. Now, my little section at the bottom of the page in the summary can be 3 or 4 main points. It can even include diagrams or flowcharts or anything that is going to help me remember this. And what we can then do is use this as a flashcard. And how we can do that is by getting another piece of paper and hiding those main points down the side. See if we can remember the 6 uses, the 3 types, the 6 SQL commands, and the 2 types of keys. Once we've written that down, we can then do a comparison and see how well we went. If you need to do further work to get it right, do further work. If you need to do further work to complete this, well and good. But please note that the efficiency in using this type of note-taking system is that from the very beginning of the lecture, or within an hour of having completed the class, you've got a summary sheet ready to go, and it's an instantaneous or almost instantaneous aid to memory. It's the fastest, most efficient way to create a note-taking and aid to memory learning tool for yourself. In summary, for the Cornell note-taking system, pre-rule your notebook for the semester for the subject. Use the I pattern. Only use the largest third of the section during class. Review your notes as soon as you possibly can after class, preferably within 1 hour, if not at least within 24 hours, and then summarize those notes from at the bottom of the page. This can include 3 to 4 statements and or diagrams or flowcharts, and then cover the bulk of the material or the summary key points in the left-hand margin and commit those to memory. This has been John from the University Skills Academy. Thank you for your time and your trouble, and we will see you in the next session.